It's
Gold writing, guys. You're not
gold,
ready for this.
and then monochrome at the back with
Yeah.
gold. Switch it back. Back at the got the monochrome skyline.
It's got the the city skyline, and Emerge from Chaos in gold at the bottom. Yeah, it's hard.
100%. I want to say, brother, happy birthday.
Bro, same to you, bro.
Yo, for those of you who don't know, Sachin's on the 17th, right?
Yeah.
And then 2 days later, I'm on the 19th.
And you're on the 19th.
Yeah, dude, we got like back-to-back birthdays,
I
basically.
know.
Almost.
It was like meant to be. Bro, this is
Come back.
27, bro.
Number 27.
Episode 27.
But there's actually a little something extra this episode.
What do you mean?
It's our 1-year anniversary.
Oh yeah, bro.
So you guys may notice the setting is a little different. This is because we're celebrating.
Yep.
So happy 1-year anniversary.
Special episode 27.
From Out of Chaos podcast to you guys. 1 year of doing this.
Thank you to the listeners.
Thank you to the listeners.
Been with us from day
to
one.
the viewers.
Thank you to everybody else that joined along the way.
Honestly, man, all the feedback,
we wouldn't be doing this without them. You know what I mean?
Honestly, man, like you know how many times like I've always wanted to like almost gave up and everything, and to have that.
Yeah, it's hard.
You know what's
man.
crazy? Sometimes like it's almost like timed.
Yeah.
Where I'm feeling like I want to quit, or I want to stop or take a break, and that same day or the next day, I get a message from like someone's random saying like
some motivation comes in.
Exactly, and not random as in like random. I'm saying like a random comment that I don't talk
like a
to.
Fan, you know what I mean? Like somebody reaching out. Yeah,
dude, like shout out to this guy from LA. Like I've never spoken to him before.
Yeah,
and randomly he just messaged me. He's like, "Hey, I saw your podcast and I love it." I'm like, really? Like, thanks, man.
That's what keeps us going. You know, thank you to everybody that like reaches out to us. You know, like all the listeners are all around the world. You know what I mean? Like, you guys are the reason that we do this.
100%, man.
And we love doing this. You know, that's what keeps us going.
Dude, that's the thing. Like getting that, like it's like energy that you feed off of, right?
Exactly.
To get it. But I want to thank Brian Nunez. He's our close friend. He was our episode 25
episode.
25 and
26. Yeah, episode 26, Brian Nunez.
Honestly, I wanted to thank him for allowing to use his studio, and it's such a good opportunity. So thank him for that.
Yeah,
such a nice place. Look at this column right here, man. I feel like I'm in ancient Greece.
Yeah, no, I know. I love the architecture, bro.
Yeah, 100%.
We got a beautiful view of the CN Tower.
Like I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's like
it's literally right behind me, right over my head. You know,
so for those who aren't from Toronto, like there's your little sneak preview.
There's the CN Tower right there. Yeah, you maybe gonna make a plan and come see it yourself.
Dude, I do want to take this opportunity, man. Like, I want to thank you. You joined me about 5-6 months ago, and elevated the podcast. You know, and people listening may be like, okay, like who cares or what am I listening to? And for me, it's you guys need help. You know, like
no, legit.
I wanted to do this alone at the beginning, and I realized that I can't. You know, like it's just some people can do it. For me, I feed off of people.
No, exactly.
You know, and I think we found that balance because for me, I'm a little serious, I'm a little shy sometimes.
Yeah,
you're more like outgoing, like jokes.
Yeah, I'm going to get it. Yeah. That's
so we needed that balance. People love your laugh.
Yeah, bro. I've been hearing that all my life, bro. I wish I could enjoy it as much as people enjoy it, bro. Literally, I just think I sound like a hyena, bro. It's loud and uncontrollable. I can't not laugh. Like if something's funny, I will like bellow.
No, I know, but it's contagious. Like a couple of people have said that to me. That's contagious, and I think the main takeaway from all this is like if you have it. I don't want to sound cheesy because I believe in something. So if you have a dream, you got to go chase it. But sometimes dreams change.
Yeah,
you know, like
everything does along the way.
Yeah, because I know some people that are like, I need to do this, and if I don't achieve this, and I fail. But like, no, because
why are you thinking about that?
Exactly,
you can
do something else.
Exactly, put that energy into thinking that it's like glass half full.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like recently, like you know about it. I've been going through like a lot of nonsense, a lot of like difficulties in my life.
Have, bro.
Health related, like financially related, like everything has been going to like hitting the fan. You know what I mean? But like I have that outlook now where I was like, why think about the negative? You know what I mean? Give yourself like an hour to be sad, an hour to be depressed. You know what I mean? But like you got to like take that step to take yourself out of it. You know, look at things as like glass half full, because that way you're gonna be able to like look at the good things that could come out of it. Put your energy towards the positivity. You know what I mean,
bro? And I think a lot of people resonated with that. We had a little back-to-back episodes. We're talking about men's mental health.
Yeah,
a lot of people resonated with that.
No, 100%.
Because it's true, man. Like a lot of guys don't really call each other up like girls.
Yeah,
And I'm like,
true. Guys
hey,
don't check in as much.
hey
as
King, how
girls
are
do.
you? You
For
doing
real.
good, King? Yeah,
For
but like
real.
we don't really have that. So like a lot of people resonate with that, and it's important to take that time to, actually feel out your feelings. Like
No,
it's like a
100%.
river. Like let the river
100%.
just flow, right, of
Yeah.
emotion. So it's so
100%.
important.
And it's even more important to like reiterate like that me time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Not only like for guys, but everybody. Everybody in general. Like that time to yourself is literally what's going to help you to take that mental break
Mhm.
to be able to think positively, or to be able. Maybe you need that. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Maybe you need that like time to enjoy something that's unrelated to your stresses, just something you like to do. That's going to
Yeah.
help you to engage in that challenge positively.
Exactly.
With a positive mind frame and a positive outlook. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's how you do it. Because in life, it happens, bro. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like this is gonna come up, that's gonna come up. It's always one thing to think positively and stay consistent with your thoughts. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's like touches on the podcast, bro. The consistency that
Oh
you've
yeah,
been
dude.
at. You know what I mean? Like shout out to this guy, bro. But like nobody knows, but behind the scene, this guy does everything, bro. This guy gets the editing done. This guy gets like all the design done, the
Yeah.
merch done. All the dates and all the drops. Like
Yeah,
this,
yeah,
like
yeah.
Oscar is literally the gas to this machine that we have going. You know what I mean?
Thanks,
Like this
man.
is
Yeah.
no 100%. Shout out to you,
Because
bro.
one thing I realized, bro, and anything you do in life, any entrepreneurs watching or listening, anybody that has any kind of business, right, any kind of like want for success, consistency is key.
It
We
is
talked
key.
about this, bro. To
It is
lose
key.
weight, to
To do whatever.
achieve a good grade, you got to be consistent. If you're not
Yeah.
consistent, it's nothing. You can have something that's crap, that sucks,
Yeah.
but if you're consistent, people will watch.
No, 100%.
People will like
100%.
pay attention. But if you're not
Exactly.
consistent, even if you have gold, then nobody's really gonna care.
You know what
Consistency
it is,
key.
bro? It's just being able to express yourself, right? Because in a way, we're having a conversation with each other, but also with our listeners. You know what I mean? Like they're in on this conversation. They're
Exactly.
listening in on what we have to say. You know what I mean? And we owe it to them to have this sort of work ethic and this
Yeah.
consistency. And like, we've been talking about ramping it up a little bit, like trying to like machine out some more episodes.
Yeah.
And that's gonna come. You know what I mean? Like we have more time being allocated at a certain date, right? So then
Yeah.
we're gonna be able to put like both feet in.
Yeah.
Like on like full. We're gonna be
Yeah.
doing like random things in Toronto. We'll be going like meeting people on the street, like talking to them, like doing like random interviews,
Yeah.
like random reels. Just like real people. Like in the workplace, just downtown Toronto, getting to know like your average like 9 to 5 person, or getting to know somebody that might be an influencer. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
something like that. We're gonna do outreach and stuff like that.
Dude, it's crazy that you mentioned that too, because not a lot of people know the struggles of a podcast or of any kind of business, right? But like, especially a podcast, I want to give a shout out to like Alejandro. Alejandro was like the first guy I started with. He wanted to do it with me, and if it wasn't for him, bro, I wouldn't have even done the first episode. So shout out to him.
Shout out to Alejandro.
Yeah, he definitely helped me start it. But for me, it was more like it's an outlet.
Yeah, exactly.
Something that I've understood with our couple of guests that we've had. They've found this podcast that, like, when they come on, it's like for them to vent.
Yeah.
Right? It's like an outlet to vent.
Yeah, no, it's definitely therapeutic. You know what
exactly.
I mean? Like it helps them to be able to voice their thoughts, disregarding what people think about it, because like the whole world's gonna hear you. You know what I mean? You get to express yourself and explain yourself how your problems are affecting you. You know what I mean? Or what you have, or what ventures you're trying to take on, right? Without having any stigma. You know what I mean? It's an open platform. And I think that people feel comfortable that they're there, because a lot of people in life, when they have issues or struggles or ventures, they don't have somebody that they can actually turn to. A lot of people don't have that person that can say, you know what, you got this, you can do it. There's not enough positivity out there. So when a stranger comes in, and we're pretty much strangers to them.
Right? Yeah.
They're just a guest. They feel enlightened and empowered. That they can actually have somebody listen to them. They have people listening, and people actually give them good advice.
Bro, 100%. I want to ask you, what's your favorite episode? What has been your? We've had so many, but like there has to be one that like.
Honestly, I really resonated with the last one. With
Serena?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I was just talking about it, like having a positive outlook.
Especially on like crappy situations.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Having her condo burned down. Like, shout out to Serena for sharing your story.
Yeah, 100%.
Thank you so much. Like seeing her positive outlook fueled my fire to have that positive outlook. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It made me want to look at things different. Like she had her whole condo burned down. Like I'm stressing because my project car is getting delayed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's got real life problems, and I'm stressing more.
First world problem.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
yeah, and really put things into perspective when you get to hear people too. And I think having the guests share help us like just as much as it helps them. You know what I mean? It lets us be able to like listen to people and express and like interact in a way, you know, that's kind of different. It's not like you met somebody at the bar or like your buddy from school, you know, it's like it's like like a stranger listening to you, you know, like somebody actually cares.
100%. Yeah, I agree. But yeah, like, because for me, like, it was, I think it was the episode with my cousin. And it's not because it was my cousin.
Yeah.
Just because I really felt like that was like the turning point where we found like, we did focus on men's mental health and everything, right? So it's very important to like understand that everybody has a story, you know? And I never, when I started the podcast, my goal for it was that, like, I didn't want to focus on influencers or people who had like super like grand businesses or companies. Right. For me, it was like the regular Joe that has a story, because we all have stories to tell. Well, you know, sometimes we don't get the opportunity to tell it. So coming on the podcast, like, you can do it. You know, you can inspire people.
Exactly. You know? And you know, there's a lot of people that will benefit from hearing your story. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, to people, to whoever's shy, if you guys are thinking about coming on or thinking about speaking out on whatever platform it is, like, your story is going to help millions. It could touch potentially millions. You know what I mean? Yeah. There's other people going through stuff that might be similar or relatable. You know what I mean? So take that step, you know, get out of your comfort zone and voice that story. Share that story with the world, because as much as you think that people don't want to hear or people are not going to be there for you, like, we're going to be there for you. You know what I mean? Like, if not your friends or your family, like Oscar and I, like, you can reach out to us at our Instagram, our handles, or at the podcast. And we'll listen. We'll listen to you. You know what I mean? Like,
it's been such an amazing experience to like meet people. Like, imagine someone from like Brian. You know, successful, that has you're very knowledgeable in like real estate market and everything. And then from someone from that to like we have, remember Jennifer, which she had she was talking about ASMR and like and she wrote a book. Like, it's been such an amazing journey to meet different kinds of people. And you would, especially someone like me, like, I don't really hit up bars or anything, so like I don't really talk to, and even if I would, like, I'm shy. You know, so I don't really do that. So for me to use this and understand why people go through what they go through, or what they go through, or how they go through, and how they deal with it, it's been such an amazing experience to learn that.
No, 100%. It's been a journey.
Dude, it's such a good experience, and I thank you so much. Like, I can't stop thanking you, because ever since you joined, you literally gave me that extra push that I needed as well, right? So it's been so interesting, and I do want to tell people if you have something you want to pursue, you need to do it, but be consistent with it.
Take that step, yeah. Like, you don't have to move a mountain in a day. You know what I mean? Like, chip away at it, like, step by step. Be strict if you really want it. Allocate this much time to doing what you want to do, and use that time productively. You know what I mean? Like, say to yourself, I'm gonna put 20 minutes of 20 productive minutes into whatever project that you have. You know what I mean? A day. Whether that be like learning Spanish, or you want to like learn how to code. You know what I mean? Put that time into whatever it is. 20 minutes. Dedicate that productive 20 minutes to what it is. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean like you're just gonna do 20 minutes, get distracted in 5 minutes, get on your phone. No, 20 productive minutes. You know what I mean? Put that into something and just be disciplined with yourself.
I think doing this podcast has helped me, because right now, I don't know if you guys know or care, but like, I'm actually starting an ESL school.
Oh, right.
So, but in the meantime, I did start offering free lessons to people. I actually had my orientation last week. I have a couple of students. So like I'm very excited about that. It's a new venture I'm doing. I wanted to finish school. I wanted to like make sure like we had a couple episodes out. We were good at it. So now I can focus a little bit on like the ESL teaching. And I'm excited, man, because it's literally something that's different, and I want to be helping newcomers learn English. You know that it's so important for them to get a job.
They have to understand the language. That's for sure.
And to get a decent job, you need to know decent English.
That's true.
So that's my like new venture right now. Like I'm definitely gonna be teaching, and to be like on Zoom talking to them. It wouldn't be that possible without this podcast. Like, you know, having this mic right now and saying what I'm saying right now is, if you watch like the first episode, I'm like, hey guys, like, you know, like presenting, right?
100%.
Yeah, so
it feels more like a flow now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's less like, we're like presenting or like, you know what I mean?
Yo, I remember the first episode,
bro.
we had like a script. Like we knew we weren't gonna follow, but it was basically like a script.
Yeah. And then we like realized, nah, man, we're not like trying to like segment this like a ladder, man. This podcast is the whole waterfall. We just go with it and we let all the topics just come.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like people might not even understand or believe that it's mostly unscripted. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, we have ideas what we want to talk about, but like we just come on and say what we want to say.
Say what we want to say.
Yeah, and listen to people and genuinely react. We don't meet with the guests like hours before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We just meet them at the studio and we shoot. That's how it is.
Yeah, man, and that's the thing. Like, a lot of people out there listening, and they do want to talk. They do have stories to share. But I had this one guy that he told me, I don't feel like I'm important.
Right.
Like my story doesn't really matter. I'm like, every story matters.
Everybody's stories matter. Yeah.
Everybody.
Don't discount yourself like that. You know what I mean? Like you're a human. Your experiences are relative. Like your worst and your best experiences are all relative. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Your best experience might be like your first job. You know what I mean? Like versus like somebody's best experience might be like they made 150K in a year for the first time. You know what I mean? And like making like 100 is it's like their biggest letdown. You know what I mean? They don't make 50K. They make 50K less the next year. You know what I mean? Meanwhile, this guy's like happy he just got a job. So like everybody's story matters. That's like a really vague like comparison, but like it just goes to show like your worst experience is your worst experience. You know what I mean? There's no discounting like the worst that you felt.
Yeah.
And everybody has that low point.
And that's why when he said that, it opened my mind to that. Like that means there's people out there that genuinely think that their life doesn't matter or that it's not important for others to hear. Like, and not every story needs to be told. I get that. Right. But I'm saying sometimes you need that outlet and then you're like, I need this outlet, but I my life doesn't matter.
Right.
To those people, it's like, no, it does matter.
100%.
Everybody learns something. Like, I want to ask you, like, what's one thing that you would take away, like that you took away from all this? Let's say we stop today. This is the last episode. What's one thing that you actually took away?
Man, honestly, I was surprised at how easily people open up when they get in front of the mic.
Right.
That was my biggest thing. I was like, man, like, people, different personalities and all that.
Yeah.
Right? And like, obviously everybody that we've interviewed or spoke with has been their own individual person, right? Different reactions, but they all love opening up. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think there's one episode that we've had that the guest wasn't engaged. Like it surprises me. Because honestly, if I were a guest coming onto a random podcast, not like random, but like, you know what I mean? I'd be nervous as shit.
Yeah.
I'd be like fucking shaking my legs, fucking crossing my legs, you know what I mean? Like, I'd be nervous as shit. Like, honestly, shout out to the guests that come onto the podcast.
Yeah.
Like and you might think that you'll be nervous, but we've had a few guests that told us when the camera starts going, it's like everything goes away.
Yeah.
Like it's like all the nerves go away. You just start speaking.
Your first episode, you told me, right? You were nervous, but then when you did it, you were like, natural.
Yeah, actually, I listening back to it the other day. I was like very different from how I am. I mean, I was like waiting a little bit more. I was like trying to be fully proper, but like now I'm swearing all the time.
I'm sorry. It's so much work for me because I have to edit. I have to like bleep out all the F bombs. I'm like, damn it, 1, 2, 3.
No, I know, but like that's my bad on that. But like
no, bro,
it's
like
expression.
No, of course, bro. You have to express yourself.
100%.
Yeah, for me, I think it's which is why I started this podcast. I've always been interested in learning new, like hearing new experiences of people or like things that people went through that I never thought was out there. I live in my own bubble, like I go to work in North York, I come back home, like chill, like I have my own life.
Yeah, you have your own life going on.
When you understand what people out there are going through, I'm like, people out there are going through these things.
You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of stories out, bro. Just last night there's a whole bunch of shootings in Toronto.
Yeah,
I saw that on the news, man. The crime's crazy right now, and to think like you're outside like shooting people and it's like -20, like what the fuck are you doing? You know what I mean? Like get out of here, bro. Like there was a kid, I think he was 18, got shot. He died overnight.
Scarbs?
2 guys. I know in Toronto. They're
okay.
I don't know exactly the location. I was just seeing it on the news just as we were grabbing the pizza. But yeah, no, 2 guys. They got away in a dark SUV. You know what I mean? Like it's crazy, man. Like it's sad that that's happening right now. You know what I mean? But
Yeah,
people
I
are
know.
frustrated, bro.
Yeah, being locked in and
Toronto
stuff.
is in a
Yeah,
lockdown again. Like
yeah,
it's so annoying. Like the gyms are closed again. Like just let us like fight it off, man. At this point, like we've got so many people vaccinated, you know what I mean? We've got so many people like trying to get back to their
yeah,
living, bro. Like people have been going into the hole, like trying to survive this pandemic. Like you have full on families with like dad and moms with like non-essential workers and losing their jobs, having to like move and move,
yeah,
like figure things out. That it's tough, man. And the city is expensive.
yeah.
You know what
No,
I
I
mean? Like
know.
for your average person, like it's you work to live. You
hundred
gotta
percent.
hustle. You've gotta hustle. You've gotta be doing something serious. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's like, and that's probably why the crime is so high. You know what I mean?
All that frustration, bro.
Yeah.
The last point on this segment is I the numbers of suicide and killings are for sure higher than like
Oh, I
COVID
believe
deaths.
that.
You
I
know, for
believe it,
100,
bro.
and the fact that that's a fact
Hmm.
is so messed up.
It is messed up. It is messed
Yeah,
up. It's like it's saddening. You know what I mean? Because you know, like to the onlooker, Toronto's a beautiful city. You know what I mean?
yeah,
It's got like whatever you'd want. You know, like I get that it can be like considered a concrete maze or
yeah, yeah, yeah.
right, but you know, it's got its perks. You know,
Mm.
it's pretty nice if you like that sort of city vibe. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, it's sad that you know the crimes there and all that. You know.
Hopefully it changes, man. Ford, do something.
Yo, you seen this guy on the news, bro? Ford, this guy was digging people out
With a little shovel.
with his little shovel.
A little shovel.
This guy was like in his car on my birthday in a storm, a 60 centimeters drop, 60 centimeters of snow drop, and this guy's digging people out on the highway. He's on his phone talking to the news while he's driving. What's this guy doing, bro? I knew from the inception. I saw that video. I was like, this is a bad idea.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
publicly, politically, like why are you talking to the news while you're driving? You know what I
Yeah,
mean? Like
no.
that's kind of a dumb move. Like if you're in politics, you know what I
No,
mean?
he needs a
That's
better.
literally distracted driving, bro. Like, go to school, bro.
No, I agree.
Jesus.
I
But
agree.
like, you know, shout out to the work he's doing, man. I mean, he's working hard to get us back.
With his
into,
little shovel.
Yeah.
Yo, on that topic of Toronto, man, like
Yeah.
it's getting so difficult to live here. You know,
Oh
like
man, facts.
it's definitely like a
Facts.
very difficult task to like imagine raising a family.
Oh no, like if you had,
Trying to like succeed here with the taxes, with inflation, with
Yeah,
like the
man.
scarcity of food and the
Yeah.
restrictions and everything. Like it's definitely hard. Like I know a lot of people want. At the end of the day, like we all want to start a family. Like we
Right.
all want some kind of future for ourselves,
Right.
and it's looking bleak in every angle.
No, 100%.
I want your opinion, but I'm gonna throw some stuff out there.
Hit me.
Example: buying a condo,
Yeah.
buying a house,
Yeah.
finding a good woman for like people that use like Tinder or like Bumble
find a
or
good match,
Hinge.
yeah.
Like what else? Like trying to go out in this like lockdown. Like
Yeah, just trying to
it
live
feels
your
like
normal
everything
life.
is against everybody right
Yeah,
now. You
literally.
know. So what kind of advice or like thoughts do you have on that? Like for the people that are listening.
Honestly, man, so my perspective, I'll just walk you through it. Like, it's been really tough for me because, like, I live my life around being active. You know, like working out as a personal trainer. Like, I'm in an athletic therapy school. You know what I mean? Like, I live my life around being physical, being active, being able to like express myself at the gym. You know, like the gym is more than just like somewhere people go to work out. You know what I mean? Like, it's an outlet where people go and they can like vent, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and they can go and they can meet other people. It's also that social aspect. You know, it's that social aspect without having to go out at like late hours and like just to talk to people at a bar or something. You know, that gym provides that like that outlet to be social and to meet people
Yeah.
and to work out and like chase your goals, right? In a way that nothing else can even compare. You know, so like I was gonna say, like I'm working out at home now. I'm trying to do this, but there's so much you're limited by. You know what I mean? Like you could have the best condo gym, right? It doesn't give you that same like that energy that you feed off of other people. You know what I mean? Like you might go into the gym one day and you don't feel like doing it. You will yourself to walk into the doors and you don't feel like pushing it, but like those days are where you make your biggest strides. You know what I mean? Like you see somebody else like pushing weight and you're like, man, I've been warming up for 20 minutes, like making every excuse not to start. You know what I mean? But like when you see that other person like digging in and pushing like that's what drives a lot of people. You
I
know?
agree.
And it's sad that this lockdown is like shut the gyms like this because a lot of people need it health wise.
Yeah.
You know, like how else are they going to go outside and run to -20? Hell no. You know what I mean? That's gonna be an easy excuse
Yeah.
to not do your exercise.
100%.
Do you think people want to run up and down their condo stairs? Like, yeah, it's effective, but like, do you actually want to do it? I've been doing it, and I'm telling you, it sucks. I've been doing it, bro, and I'm telling you, it's every floor smells different. There's there's stains of all types, bro. Like, you honestly, like, yeah, you don't want to do it, bro. It's slippery, and it's not because of the ice.
It's slippery. What?
But no, legit. It's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
How do you motivate yourself to do that if you're outside of that athletic world? You know, like for your average Joe, like what drives their engine? You know,
I think it goes with the main theme of the podcast, which is emerge from chaos. It's actually on our shirts that we're going to promote later. But I think emerging from chaos, that's the goal of this podcast, which is if you guys listen to all the other episodes, we do touch on like sad stories and things like that, but we always try to find ways to emerge from that, you know? So like the limitation on the gyms, like there has to be solutions on that. Like even though it sucks, doing that is a lot better than staying at home doing nothing. You know, like let's say with inflation, like dude, that episode with Ali with Bitcoin, it changed my life. Like I'm telling, bro, like again, I'm not here to bash my parents, nor am I doing that, but I wasn't taught by them. I wasn't told like, hey, save up money, hey, buy this. I myself, like watching my friends,
have that conscience, you know, to take that step. A lot of people don't have that, bro. Kudos to you, bro.
Yeah, and shout out to Ali. Like he helped me with that. Like I looked into Bitcoin. I've been doing research for the last 2 months, and now like it opened streams to like other investments that I'm doing, which is more than I've been doing for the last like 20 plus years of my life, you know, so it changed my life.
It opens this new world, you know, because the world is ever changing. You know, you can have that one mentality that like sets you in this is your era of living, and you can stick to those like true things that you know. But if you don't take that step to explore, you're like shooting yourself in the leg pretty much. You know what I mean? You're closing off avenues that one could be less effort, right? And two, yield potentially more gains. You know what I mean? Just because you don't want to take that step, oh, crypto's a hack, crypto's like gonna crash. You know, all these guys like that's the first thing they say. You know, but like it's backed by science. It's mathematical equations. You know, it's all like an algorithm that like if you understand numbers, like you'll be able to appreciate this as like the future of currency. You know what I mean? And that's how the world's going. If that's the way the world shifts, and you choose not to shift, then you have every right to every loss that you're going to get.
100%.
I mean, if you shut yourself off to what's actually happening, like people are like, oh, I don't want to bother with NFTs, blah, 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 blah. You do your research in NFTs, bro, that there's millions to be made, bro. If you have the capital to invest, right, disposable, like there's millions to be made if you just take the time, 48 hours, 72 hours, whatever it takes to understand everything behind whatever it might be, NFTs, Bitcoin, like any sort of like online crypto or like anything in life.
Anything,
You take that time and you dedicate, you understand it, bro. Nobody can tell you otherwise. You know, you understand it for yourself. You know?
And that's the thing, like for me, at least personally, that was emerging from that chaos. I was stuck in this bubble where like what I said it on that episode with Ali, like I had money in the bank for like 4 years, 3 years, just doing nothing and adjusting for inflation and everything. And it was losing money.
Yeah, exactly.
So now like it opened other streams of like investments and stuff like that. And that not just with investments, but like talking about, bro, me and you have talked about this, like about our stuff with our parents sometimes, you know, with our dads, like personal stuff too, that like sometimes like I've wanted to share, but it's so difficult sometimes. And I think it's important too to definitely share these experiences, which is why the guests have come on that have opened up, like Jen mentioning like why she started the book and her sexual assault and all that. It definitely humbled me a lot, thinking like, yo, I used to be a guy that used to think that the world was like black and white.
Right. And
now I'm realizing it really is like shades of gray.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know?
100%.
Never like just black and white. I always knew there was like variations, but talking to people growing older, I've realized that life is not just yes or no or black and white, you know? 100%. And that's definitely helped me in my family and my investments and everything. So
definitely.
And that's one way to emerge from the chaos, because I think the main three things that people, not just me, I'm saying like everybody is going through, is definitely finding a good match. You can tell like in this like time how you're gonna meet a good woman, a good man. You know,
exactly.
how are you gonna buy a house with like the housing market right now? Like how are you gonna go out and exercise and meet up with your friends when there's a lockdown? There's a lot against us right now.
Yeah, exactly.
You know,
exactly. It's true, man. It's true. It's crazy, man.
it definitely feels like uphill battle.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
So right now we're here to look for solutions. So for me, those three things that I mentioned, number one, I would say that like looking for other venues of investments, which is something like, you know, like crypto stocks,
100%.
real estate, anything, right? And one thing I've been wanting to mention for so long is like in terms of like looking for a decent man or a decent woman. I do think that we need to work on ourselves. I think everybody is just like, everything is about like money, or everything is about finding a beautiful woman or a handsome man. But nobody thinks that like, you know what, maybe my mentality needs a little tweaking. You know, maybe maybe I was raised up a little like messed up, you know, like maybe I realized that, you know, I love my family, I love my parents, but I did realize that my parents raised me a little ways that I needed tweaking.
100%.
I didn't realize it till I was 30, dude.
Man.
So like now I'm adjusting that because I realized I had stuff in me. I'm just gonna say it out bluntly, you know. It's 100 of them. It's our 1 year anniversary, so I might as well do it. And I realized I had a lot of anger in me. And I never realized it until like recently. And I'm like, this anger was instilled in me by like, and it's not our parents' fault, but from like back home, everything was like anger, violence, whatever. So it was instilled in me. And I never thought I had it because I'm not a violent person. Everybody who knows me, I'm a pacifist, I'm a lover. But there's moments where I see myself as this like monster.
I get
and I'm like, where does this come from?
Because like there's these pockets, you know.
Exactly.
There's these pockets of energy that just like within your being, you know, and like something triggers you, and like one of those pockets just explodes. It's like
you never thought you had it in you.
No, exactly. And you know what it is, bro? It's because, you know, like growing up, we've seen like a lot of things. We've been through difficult struggles. You know what I mean? We sort of compartmentalize that. You know what I mean? We make that for what it is, and a lot of people do that, and they discount their experiences. You know what I mean? And then when they go through like what should be a normal experience, and they often like have this pent up energy, they just end up exploding. You know, and then you're like, am I this monster? Is that who I really am? But it's just that we're at the mercy of our experiences. You know what I mean? Like we're only as put together as life is like let us be. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of people don't realize, like everybody can work on themselves.
Everybody,
you know what I mean? Like everybody can. Like your worst experience, like I said earlier, you know, it's like it's your worst experience, and it's what's like gonna drive you, what's gonna motivate you. You know what I mean? And that could have changed you in a certain way. Affected you subconsciously, you know, and like you might not realize it until you put yourself into perspective. You know, is this normal? You know, it's like, is what I'm doing like the right thing? You know, am I saying the right thing? Am I reacting the right way? You know, like you start to second guess yourself. You know, you start to break yourself down. You know, but it just takes a little bit of work.
Yeah, no, 100%. I definitely realize it in myself. Like, is what you just said. Like, sometimes these little pockets of me come out, and I'm like, am I this monster? But I realize that, and again, this is not to blame anybody. Everybody has a story, 100%. And the way they are is a result of something. If my mom is violent or my dad was violent, it's because what they were taught. Like, it's always
don't know any better. You know
exactly.
What I mean?
And the whole point is to become better. And each generation to cast aside and like let go, you know? Exactly, of the things that burden you.
Make it more and more pure, you know, like what is a normal
pure, that's
life
the word,
look like, you know what I mean? Like how can we protect the future from what we've been through, you know what I mean? How can we filter? But then again, people argue, you know, like that kind of life will bring up a soft individual. I don't agree with that. I think the best thing you can do is provide like a healthy atmosphere for somebody, you know what I mean? Like that's all we can do. You know, give them what we didn't have, you know?
And that point, what you just said is exactly the problem. Like a lot of people, what you just said is what like a sane cognitive person would say. But like most people would be like, nah, like my parents raised me right. You know, like I love my dad, like I love my mom. Like you can still love your parents or love your whoever raised you, but still recognize that there's definite flaws in it, you know?
There's too many people that live in that like mentality, you know what I mean? They let their kids see their anger. They don't hold that away, you know what I mean? They just exhibit whatever they saw, you know what I mean?
They pride themselves sometimes in that too.
In the way that they're raised, or the way that when there's obvious like flaws, you know, that like things that shouldn't be said or shouldn't be witnessed by like a young kid, you know what I mean? Like And that's what we're like, our generation, that we're just asking to, people like to take that step.
Yeah.
Identify the things in yourself that, like you could work on, like hold yourself accountable, like be honest, you know what I mean? Like do the things that will make you better, make you a better person.
I think the word is self-assess.
Yeah, self-assess
every day.
Yeah.
I know so many people like, nah, like my country's the best. I was raised the best.
Yeah.
I have the best life. Like, no, that's not a self-assessing. A self-assessing is like waking up and be like, you know what, I can do better. Like, what am I doing wrong that I can do better? What can I fix today that I needed to fix yesterday?
Exactly.
Like, that's self-assessing, you know?
Exactly.
And it's crazy that we're talking about this because it's actually, it almost comes full circle because this is exactly why I started the podcast.
Yeah.
I this kind of like trickles over to everything. If you want to find a good woman, a good man, if you want to have a house, if you want to be healthy, and like you need to have that mentality where you're desirable. I think that's the word I want to focus on. You got to be desirable. I don't mean like physically only or stuff like that. I'm talking about desirable as in you have to be someone worth fighting for. You have to be someone that is fair, someone that is cognitive, someone that is just,
somebody's empathic, somebody's understanding.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like you have to be that person that can provide for somebody else, not financially, but emotionally. You know what I mean? And if you don't, exactly, and mentally, you know what I mean? Like if you don't take that step up, you know what I mean? If you don't like put on your big shoes, your big person shoes, right, and identify those things, you'll never deal with the issues that you have.
100%.
Like one thing that like I like was brought to light about myself is that I've never experienced healthy love. You know what I mean? And I did a little bit of reading about this. You know what I mean? Like, not that my parents never like loved me or whatever. My dad or mom, I love them. They love me the way they knew how.
Yeah, of course.
I'm meaning like relationships, like healthy love where it's unconditional sort of thing. Because I've never experienced healthy love, I had this tendency to like look inwards on normal things and find issues with them.
Yeah.
Just for any reason to disagree because I've never seen or witnessed or been trained in that healthy communication. You know what I mean?
You build your whole mindset on a false, like and metaverse type. You know, you think love is one way, but it was just because you saw it wrong. That doesn't mean life is like that.
And you expose all of your faults. You know, you blow up.
Yeah.
And like you overreact or you cause something when you like there was nothing to be put there. You know what I mean? Like nothing that should have come out of it. Like you don't, if you don't experience that sort of healthy love, you can't communicate that way. You can't take that next step. That's why, like, I took that break. You know, after my ex dumped me, like I took a 2-year hiatus where I just worked on myself. You know,
I respect that, bro. I'll always respect that.
I started like meditating. You know, I did yoga. I did like everything for myself. Made sure my body was pure. You know what I mean? Like I was doing that for me. You know, because I know I could have worked on things in my past relationship.
Yeah.
Granted, like she obviously could have worked on things too. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is. It's give and take.
Yeah.
And I realize now I'm way better off now.
Yeah.
Because I've had that time. That breakup was kind of a blessing for me. You know what I mean? As much as it hurt, you know what I mean? It's just like one of those things that like I needed to like jumpstart me in life. You know what I mean? Like push me towards that mature adult.
Yeah.
You know, that's what I needed.
100%, bro. And I want to thank you again for coming on, man. Like it's been such an amazing experience. I don't think anybody understands. I know how I feel.
Yeah.
And people will listen to it. They might be like, okay, this guy's just thanking this random dude.
Yeah.
But it's genuinely like an actual real thank you.
100%,
you know?
bro. 100%.
And I want to thank also Antonio. Like he's been helping us. Antonio.
Yo, shout out to Brian for hosting us tonight, bro.
100%.
Yo, thank you so much.
Honestly, like all these people that have been helping us, Antonio, Brian, like it's been such an amazing experience, you know. And I'm really grateful.
Yeah, legit. Shout out to the assistant director, Luca.
Assistant director, Luca.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for listening. I'm honestly humbled, man.
It's been a journey, bro. Like in the 6 months that I've been on here, bro, journey.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, and in this full circle, like I do want to promote these shirts.
Yeah, yo, this is the merch.
Support us. Yeah, I don't think we've ever asked for like actual generous support, but honestly, if you guys want, like, we put some effort and creativity to these shirts. We'll put them in the like pictures and stuff up. Yeah. I do have this like one shirt specially made, limited edition, just one shirt.
It's
gold. You want to hold up the other side?
Yeah, bro. It's gold writing, guys.
It's gold
for this.
And then monochrome at the back with gold. Switch it back. Back at the got the monochrome skyline.
It's got the city skyline and emerge from chaos in gold. At the bottom, it's hard.
100%. So hard. For the giveaway, what do you want to do? We didn't even plan plan for the giveaway?
Yeah,
Tag 3 friends.
Yeah, tag 3 friends. You know, it's people that you want to listen to.
We'll give it a week from the day the episode releases. We'll give it a week.
Yeah, we'll give it a week.
Yeah.
We'll look for everybody that tags their friends, 3 friends.
Yeah, just DM, tag, and then we'll choose a winner at the end of the week.
Yeah, and we'll let you guys know.
100%. It's the only one we're gonna make. We're gonna make more different colors,
one.
but that's the only gold and black monochrome one. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too.
And if you guys like these ones, you want to model it? You're more handsome, bro. You're more D's than I am.
This is the chaos centered in the middle in the neon font here.
There you go. Turn around.
And this is the
show the booty, bro. Show the booty. Yeah, right there.
Shout out to the squad.
Yeah, Juice Customs. He helped us with this, and if you guys like this, DM us, and then we'll definitely let you know.
We'll get you a shirt for sure.
Yeah, support. The thing that at the back it says, I know it says, "I don't emerge from chaos," which is what I want to end on. The last theme is, remember, no matter what you're going through, no matter what it is, as hard it is, as long as there's breath, there's life.
Exactly.
And there's hope.
Exactly.
So all we gotta do is try to emerge from it.
Yeah,
we can't do it alone.
We gotta help each other together. You know what I mean? We gotta come together.
Nobody can do it alone.
Yeah, exactly. Nobody can do it alone. And we're here for everybody. We're here 100%. For you guys.
We're not just saying that. Like, we're actually here.
Yeah,
like,
no, legit. 100%.
Test us.
Yeah, actually, like, just message us and just ask us, whatever. Just like we'll have conversations with you. You know what I mean? Like, we'll reach out to every single comment, every single DM. We will get to you. You know what I mean? We will talk to you. We will listen to you. We'll give you that ear.
100%, man. I thank you. Thank everybody. And I think we're going to end it on that note.
Yeah, on that note.
Yeah, thank you again. And thank you, everybody, for watching, listening. And remember to join in every week and to subscribe, smash that like button.
Hit that notification bell. Yeah.
Ding, ding, ding.
Ding, ding. Let's
thank you. And Out of Chaos out.
Out.